Welcome to this week's video blog. It's my turn. Very close succession to William last week, so I'll try and make this as short and as sweet as I possibly can. And for Graham's benefit, I'm in my kitchen close to Eastbourne rather than my kitchen in Bromley, so I hope you appreciate that, Graham. So last week William covered a number of things, and I've got a few notes and messages from a number of people around the organisation. Firstly, from Stuart in the US, things still going well out there, especially with the New York Bank of New York storage RFP and the work going on at Bank of Tokyo. That's progressing well. A lot of opportunity there, and yeah, we've got over $1 million already booked for the US, so that continues to be good. They've hired in a new guy. Gus joined us, I think, actually on the 1st. So welcome to Gus, to Torry. And it's all indicative of the growth that's going on out in New York. So that's good news there. A message from Johnny Curry, actually. So if you remember at the offsite, we had a perk box presentation. Johnny came to the Manco and presented that as equally impressively as he did at the offsite. And so he's got approval to move forward with that. But responses to signing up have been somewhat slow. We're trying to get everyone signed up by the 10th of June, so if I could remind you to go on and have a look at the offerings and register your details, that would be good. A reminder from Lewis, for those of you who are into football, the European Championships are starting at the end of this week, so those of you that want to sign up for the Torry European Fantasy Football League, please do so. Instructions are in your email. If you haven't got the instructions or need help with that, please contact Lewis and we'll see how many people we can get signed up for that by the end of the week. A practice update on the design side. Big thing to remind you of is there's a webinar coming up. Please make sure that you register for that. That's at 4 p.m. on the 15th of June. If you need any information around that or how that works or what you need to do, please contact one of the guys, Chris or Ollie or Dev or Costas. At the moment, I think, actually I've got a note here of how many people we've got signed up. We've got 30 attendees registered so far, and hopefully that will grow over the coming week. Also in the design practice, I went to hear some news on HSBC. We've pitched with Fire Partners and Mindtree for a valuation service RFP, and well, we're hoping to get invited to a follow-up workshop, but that could be a big engagement that runs until the end of 2017, so that's quite exciting for the design guys. And also they've done a response to Aviva, an RFP around the digital portfolio, and we're waiting to hear around that. So good to see some movement with the design guys there. A note from Sheikh, he tells me that the hot potato project has started and so far no one has been sacked. I know there was one meeting this week where Martin insisted everyone was in at 7:30, so the fact that no one's been sacked, I assume that everyone turned up for 7:30, which is good. And also from Sheikh, just a message that, you know, if you do have any issues or any problems, the best way to get a response is to go to the help desk at torryglobal.com rather than try and track Sheikh down. And as we're coming up to Ramadan, Sheikh will be starting a little bit later. It'll be starting around 10 o'clock in the day. So for the next few weeks, if you could contact via the help desk at torryglobal.com if you have any desktop issues, that would be good. And also a message from Sheikh saying that can everyone allow full details to be shown on calendar permissions so that when people schedule meetings, other people can see the details of whereabouts and what they're up to. A couple more notes here. So there's a powwow now video capability that you've probably seen in your email boxes. I don't know how many people have used it. Now, I don't think many, and I don't think the uptake has been that great. I think primarily the reason is because none of us have really paid attention or figured out how to work or use it properly. So at the end of this video, we're going to try something a little bit different. There will be another video, a follow-on, which will be a couple of minutes that will give you some education in how to use Powwow now. So hopefully the techie boys will be able to patch that on to the end of this. A note from Martin. Martin and Steve Harmon had a trip out to the Middle East, and as a result of that, we are opening up Torry Middle East, or Torry Abu Dhabi, I think it is. And we've hired 3 people in, or we're hiring 3 people in to run that operation. So there'll be a bit of investment. There'll be a few trips people going out there to try and grow the business in the same way we have done in the US. Obviously, we need someone to look after that, so William Higgins will be taking the lead on that business. So let's look forward to a few trips out there and hopefully some revenue coming in from that market. Also, when we did the offsite, there was I ran a little thing around some feedback. We did a suggestion box. We got some feedback. We covered a few of the topics, which included dress down, working hours, flexible working, and a number of things, which was promoted a lot of healthy debate, both at the offsite and throughout the evening, I understand as well. So on the back of that and trying to become more engaged with the workforce, we are looking for more suggestions, and we are looking to get more feedback and input. To that end, there's Tom announced that there was an iPad that was going to sit by the printer, which you could go in, and there's some short questionnaires in there, which while you're waiting for your output to come, if you could fill out, that would be quite good. The iPad has been missing apparently for the last 2 weeks. It's now back there, so I encourage you all to go have a look at it, look at some of the questions, and respond. And we can't move forward and we can't improve things if we don't get any input or any feedback. So if you could do that, that would be good. Couple of joiners and leavers. Stuart Haskin has left us to move on to do other things, but as he said in his leaving mail, I don't think he'll be a stranger. I think we'll see him around every so often, and I don't think he'll be too far away. Peter Hosier has decided to leave, which is a bit of a shame, but he did. They didn't give any update this week, the Control boys, because I think they're both on holiday. But Peter did send me this picture, which he said I should share with you. So it looks like he's having a tough time, if that's where he's staying at the moment. So, well, good luck to Peter in the future anyway. And as I said, a couple of joiners. Agan and Alice in the back office. Ian Donkin has joined us. You've probably seen him around the office. Hopefully we'll see less of him around the office and more of him out and about in the near future. And Gus in the US has signed up with us. So that's probably it from me. Short and sharp and sweet. Just one other thing from the run practice. We are struggling on our numbers. We're not where we need to be in Q1, but we have a number of big things lined up. The HP deal, and helping them in the data center migration work for for Deutsche Bank, is hopefully we'll get some update in the next 10 days of how we can support them there. The CSC relationship is going very well. In fact, I'm flying off to New York tomorrow with 4 of their execs to introduce them to some of my contacts out in the US and hopefully cement some of the commercials and some of the relationship stuff. We're going to introduce them to the US boys, because in my last meeting they were quite keen to engage with us in US, where they feel they need some Tory help and expertise. So good news there. So I'll wrap up now, and hopefully you will be able to see the information video on how to use Power now following straight on. I'll speak to you